How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to episode 86 of the Download Illuvium News. Gonna be a really good episode today. We've got Sam on to make sure that we can get some really great conversation going. He's been in the Axi Infinity Discord spying on the behalf of Illuvium.
Spying?
doing
I
some
don't think. I don't
doing some
think so.
Web3 gaming espionage. No. I like it, actually. I'm excited for their MMO, to be honest. So I'm looking forward to that. But yes, going to be a good episode. We've got a little bit of information from Aaron in the Discord and things like that. But the big thing we want to talk about is a huge update for the Illuvium Arena is dropping basically today sometime. Like, I don't know what that looks like, but in the next 24 hours, the Illuvium Arena is going to feel very different. I believe suit augments are going to be coming in this one. We're also going to have probably region selection and things like that. I don't know if the carousel is going to make it in for this one, but apparently the game is going to feel completely different for this update. So I'm really looking forward to it. How you guys going today? How's your week been? How's Web3? How's everything? Markets are going up. How's all that?
Yeah, manipulation. We love it. Good to be here. Thanks for having me. Big vibes. Let's get into another episode.
No, we should actually briefly talk about the markets. What do you mean manipulation? I mean, I don't necessarily know if this is the bull run, but at the same time, I'm pretty happy about it.
We're all getting rich. We all getting the Sam status. We all getting the Sam status at this point.
I think, to be very fair with you, I've been in crypto 9 years, like super long. I feel like if my take is that the big boys make more money. If you're one of the lucky 5% that makes money compared to the other people, then good on you. But yeah, I look at this wave like I did the other, like 12 months ago, that wave. It looks very manipulated. It looks very, very showy. It does break out of a wedge on a lot of the altcoins and XYZ. Like I said, my thesis of when I invest is I look at the team, I look at what their problems they're solving, what they're doing. I buy, I don't day trade or anything. I hold onto those tokens a year plus. And then hopefully I make the right decision in that case, because the ups and downs and everything in investing, you just can't beat the big boys. It's impossible. They can manipulate you so much. And yeah, so I mean, this looks very manipulated. That doesn't mean the price goes down. It just means it looks very manipulated, whether they want to push the price up now or they want to start pushing it down. It's totally up to them. But I see Q3, Q4 being a really exciting end of the year. And I think that'll be a blow off top. But in saying that, it looks like a very obvious answer to a lot of people. So then everyone will think that. So normally the opposite happens. And then I'll finish this little rant off. But I think, yeah, we're looking good in the whole of the crypto space right now. TSG, how are you?
I'm not going to speak on the market at all. But yeah, I'm fucking fantastic, as we kind of discussed pre-live. But yeah, excited to see what what Scoriox has lined up for us, and we can discuss that in depth.
Yeah, like me personally, we got a tentative settlement date for our property that's being built. So
the viewers do not care about you and your problems. What they care about is Illuvium.
We can do a studio tour. Problems. We can do a studio tour. The viewers care about the studio tour.
Yeah, okay, I'm down with that.
We'll find out. We'll find out with the views.
Hey. Sam is hardly the one to judge. When he moved into his new place, he uploaded like 20 videos.
This nigga fucking, I've got big TVs. I got big TVs and screens.
Yeah, see, he's hardly the one to talk. All
How do you leave this video call again? Where's that X button? How do you get rid of it?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I remember things sometimes.
Yeah,
no, I won't lie there. What? I do enjoy us three being on the call. The shit talking and shit. It is a lot more fun. It is a lot more fun.
If it's not
all right, hit us with the Illuvium news. What's going on in the Illuvium world?
Only 2 announcements today. The first one is actually a bit of a biggie. The fuel refund process has begun. It's now underway. All users who submit a request, you may notice your fuel balance has been reduced because they're going to remove the fuel and give you the ETH and all the rest of it. Step 1, fuel removed from accounts of users who requested a refund. Refunds will be added to the rewards dashboard. Okay, so you're going to go to the rewards dashboard. You know what? We should actually really quickly show that here, because a lot of people ask in the Discord where that is. So let's figure that out today.
Can I ask, for someone who's very incompetent, what the hell is this whole fuel refund thing? Give me a bit of a TLDR.
Basically, there was a proposal that was passed that said for any purchases under the 25% rail that happened before the conversion and everything, they will refund 100% of the ETH you spent to purchase that stuff. Also, at 25% of the rail, any fuel, any land transfers for fuel will be done as well. And the other thing is, this announcement said that it's underway. There's actually 60 days to request a refund. You can go and request that refund. We've probably got about 30 days left. I'm not entirely sure when this started, but we've probably got about half of that time left. But basically, you can go request a refund and get the fuel reimbursed to you. So if the fuel price started at $1, right, and it went to 5 cents, and that was 25% of the fuel rail, and then it went lower and lower, as we know. And if it went to 20 cents and then you bought $1 worth of fuel, you could ask to get refunded that $1 in Ethereum.
Right.
Basically it. But that
Illuvium hates
that would get deducted and stuff like that. It's a little bit messy. I was hoping for an automated refund. Just everyone gets refunded, go with that. But
yeah, Illuvium hates manually doing a bunch of work and wasting dev time, but that's cool.
Yeah,
that's made.
I don't know what the plan was here. Like I just, when I was talking about it to council and stuff, I just assumed it was just going to be automatic for everyone. Like this is maybe a slightly better business decision, because if not everyone claims, then we save some money on the Ethereum refunding and stuff like that. But God, the effort. You
know, I look at things when I look at it is how many dev or whoever has to do this manual process, how much money do we spend on that person to do that, to build, like to do the refunds, when you could just automate it and move on to the next thing, like push forward, you know? So that's...
I don't think it's too bad. I think it's a bet on how many people are requesting refunds. I don't actually think it was going to be that many people.
Do we have numbers on this or not yet?
I haven't asked yet. I'll ask in Monday's meeting.
Find out, and then next Friday we'll talk about it.
Can I ask, Scoriox, when are we planning on having the new directors on the podcast?
I'll see him getting them in for some time in May. The thing, actually, I wanted to ask you guys what you thought. So the two directors are fleshing out the vertical slice right now, or whatever, or that's what they said, basically. And Andre's taking on the lead on that from a development.
Andre. I'm a respect Andre.
Is that what I said? Andre?
His name is Andre.
Andre? He's heading the development side of things, and Kieran tweeted that there's one more person that he's getting on to work on that. Should we get the two MMO Lite co-directors and Andre on to discuss it?
No, one at a time. Let's give them an hour each, spread it out, get as much information as we can.
Okay.
I mean, I don't mind either way, but I think as long as they're providing value, like if you get them on in May, do they have something to talk about or something to show? Or is it just like, hey, we're just going to say the same thing over and over again?
The development of the vertical slice should be well underway. So we should be able to give pretty positioned questions, would be my guess. If you want it to be more guaranteed, I would wait till the end of May.
Okay.
What I would do is I'd space them out 2 weeks. 1 week with a guest, 1 week with just us shit talking, 1 week with a guest, so on and so forth.
Then I can't remember. I always forget which one's which. We'd have to go with the quest guy second. You'd go with the
quest guy.
You'd have to go with the mechanics and progression one first, which I think.
Yeah, I'd love to have Andre. I'd love to have Andre on here, man. I'd be busting his balls crazy.
Developer would need to be last, because then they'd have the most amount of progress done on it.
No, I understand. I know Andre. I'd be having a good time busting his balls.
Yeah. Yes, I know how to use my microphone now. I appreciate that. Okay, what's next? So this is the fuel rebates going through, and everyone who wants to claim a refund claims a refund.
Yeah, the big thing I wanted to point out is that you have 60 days to claim it. So the claim is not closed. I saw a lot of that questions. That's a big one there. But yeah.
Yes, Russell.
As for the refund itself, let's go into the Illuvium. Maybe it'll load in this time. Sometimes it says I'm not a human and it just doesn't load.
Do we have numbers on how the auto runs going, the drones, the rewards for it all? Is it people still spending money? Is the DAO making a little bit of money?
I don't have Linky's thing, but the last I saw it was about 14K since ADR started, which is about
so only like an extra 2K in the past week then?
No. Last time was like 11K.
So up 3K in a week.
Yeah, but it's getting over like 3 weeks. So it's been pretty steady across each week.
Okay, fair.
The first week was,
I'm not shitting on it. I'm just like,
the first week was a little bit of a pump, but it seems to me like it's been a bit steady across the time.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
I think everyone's figured out buy the fuel from the marketplace situation.
And we spoke about that in secret, remember?
I did not. I have no idea what you're talking about, Sam.
Yeah.
I made that video. I think people really appreciate it. I saw the comments on that one.
But before you get into this, Scoriox, can I ask a quick? I don't want to pivot.
Wait, I don't even know where to go to rewards. Oh, it's right here. Rewards, right at the top.
Sam.
My rewards. You go into there. It'll load eventually. You can see my global leaderboard for Beyond. I can claim in 1,000 fuel for that. That's pretty good.
Sam, fuck Scoriox. Pivot. What do you want to say?
Let him finish and then we'll pivot.
And if you get a fuel rebate, it'll be in here. I'm getting killer rewards for the global leaderboard.
Are you claiming fuel or are you claiming ILV?
I haven't claimed anything. I claimed fuel because this one was 8. And then I claimed fuel here again. You get 20% boost for fuel.
Hang on. What's down the bottom? Why are you extracting ILV tokens, Scoriox?
Wow, you selling? You
selling?
You dumping on the community?
I didn't dump shit. I staked it. I staked these ones. They don't have an option to auto stake. That's not
You know what
fault.
I would love someone to do is literally look at the council and see their payments over the last year or two and see who sold their tokens and who kept them. That's what I would. And that's all on chain.
Scoriox, make a video.
Make a video.
He won't do it. Like they're allowed to do whatever they want with their tokens. Let's be fair, but yeah.
Exclude my own transactions.
Chat, let us know if you want Scoriox to make a video because myself and Sam don't make videos. Yeah. Let us know if you want Scoriox to make a video.
I would love
so easy to grab that data.
Wait, can I ask you two? Have you guys still got ILV tokens staked, or do you hold any, or have you sold all? Like, I'm curious, just from an investment standpoint.
I'll say quickly, I hold 100%. I don't stake any. I hold 100%.
Yeah.
My token staking, I haven't touched. I sold off a little bit of the SLP to shuffle things around. But yeah.
Okay, cool.
Pretty much kept it all, yeah.
Let's move
on. What about yourself, Sam?
I sold some at 65. First sale I've ever done this sort of round, like last couple of years. And then I unstaked and I'm holding on to it, deciding what to do. I haven't staked. I unstaked everything. So I was staked for a very long time. I then unstaked about a month or two ago, maybe 2 months ago. And yeah, again, remember we spoke last week and I'm like, what do we do? Like, where are these guys heading? The marketing, like how does the token price go up? Investments, blah, blah, blah. Like I love Illuvium. I love the art. I've been here as long as you guys have. And I'm trying to figure out how the token price goes up from an investment standpoint, not from a gaming side. And I struggle to see how they're going to do that because one, they don't have enough money to buy back the token anyway. Like an Immutable X has like $200 million on their balance sheet, so they could easily pump their own price. And I'm trying to figure out how they get utility to their token that people want to buy it. And that currently is yet to be seen. And I don't see anything happening till, July when they start their marketing and they bring people in. And even then I struggle to see, but prove me wrong, I guess.
I'll address Heike real quick. Why not stake?
There's no incentive to.
Correct. If you can tell me why I should stake, I'll consider it.
I've left mine staked. I won't unstake it unless I wanted to sell it.
Well, okay. Let me give additional context. I was hacked, and I lost a lot of ILV, and in the result of which I had to unstake a lot and move a lot. So a lot of my shit is unstaked. Why I should stake again when there's no incentive to, I don't see it. If you can convince me otherwise, I might consider it, but that's the context that I can provide.
Yeah. I mean, from a money perspective, to make money from an investment, I have other investments that I'm looking really good at the moment where I'm seeing a very happy 3 to 6 months coming up for those projects. But yeah.
I'm better diversified, but honestly, I was looking at buying more ILV when it was 10. I missed my chance, really. But if it comes back down, I'll definitely be looking at it for sure.
Okay, the next thing.
Okay, the next thing is
forward.
the weekly rewards. Week 4 is now live. Week 3 is wrapped up. Week 4 with new alluvials, bounty leaderboard resets, and more. Yeah, we won't really cover that much in the future, but all this stuff seems to be running pretty smoothly. We can see some of these rewards coming into the dashboard and stuff like that as well. So it's good to see.
Well, sorry, just to go back to the rewards thing. Now, week 3 or week 2 didn't go through. Something happened there, right? There was a bit of mistake or something, I've been told. And then on top of that, do you guys think this is a success so far? And yeah, in-depth analysis.
There was an issue with how it was calculating the points and things like that. Kieran and co came to the council and said, what do you want to do? Here are the options we're thinking about. council agreed on something and we did it. They haven't really mentioned what the council agreed on. They haven't really mentioned it here, which I thought was a little bit surprising.
What did you agree on?
Basically, we just said to pay out both things because it was pretty inconsequential.
We love inflating the ILV token. Give it to everyone.
Yeah, but we're talking like
I know.
if it's a percentage, it's like 0.0001% probably extra. You know, like
Yeah. I'm messing with you.
It's not worth upsetting half the people or whatever over something like that, right?
Yeah.
We just like paid out the broken points and the correct points, sort of a thing. At least that's what we said to. I don't actually know what happened in the end.
And do you think the prize pool so far is a success? Like how we vibing with this? Like it's sort of like it's like a mini test in my eyes, right?
What are the numbers saying,
idea.
Scoriox? You know more than I do, more than we do.
The numbers for what? How many players and stuff?
I mean, how much revenue we make into how much capital we're putting out. Well,
I don't think it's net positive at the moment. However, it's not all about revenue. Like it's been really helpful to have all the people testing for bugs and things like that. That has been because we had heaps of issues when we had like 10 people playing on testnet. They missed so many bugs. They released it on mainnet and it was just like a broken piece of shit. So having all the players has actually been really beneficial for the development team. But no, I don't think it's a net. It's not too bad, but it's not a net positive in terms of revenue.
When we say it's not net positive, do we know what that's like? Are we 20% down, 50% down?
Wait, is this in regards to ILV token though? Is this like, okay, we're giving away $2,000 of ILV token where there and people are only spending
and we're generating exactly, yeah.
We're talking like what is it? It's something like 600-700 tokens a week. It was at about a $10 price, so that was about 6-7K. We were making 3-4K from ADR.
Okay, but then obviously the player base is going up. People are using it. You're right. There's bugs trying to be fixed. So I guess there's a caveat there. I'm curious. Is there many players playing Arena and stuff? Do you have the data on this? Like, do we have like?
There was a lot. I don't know if I'm really allowed to say it, but the player base doubled the first week that rewards came back in for Arena. The daily active player base, the weekly active went even higher.
Right. Has it sustained, or is there a drop off?
I haven't got official data regarding whether it's sustained or not, but everything I'm hearing in the Discord is the queues have gotten longer again, so it definitely fell off in the past week at least.
Wow.
And I think tournaments are having a harder time filling and stuff like that. I think this is mostly due to the fact what we were talking about in council the other day. It's mostly due to the fact that people hit the top, and then if you play a game, you risk losing 30 points or gaining 5, and so why play a game? And there's decay, but you don't really have to play that much, and so I don't know what the answer to that is, but basically the way the current ranked and leaderboard system is set up, it doesn't actually incentivize play that much. And so I'm personally waiting for Battle Pass before I start judging these sorts of player numbers, retention and stuff.
Why is that?
I think the Battle Pass helps with retention. It gives you a goal outside of the leaderboard, which is important.
Do you think the Battle Pass only affects the people that are already in the ecosystem? Do you think it brings more people into the ecosystem?
The current marketing strategy is only people that are already in the ecosystem. We haven't marketed outside of that yet anyways. So,
is this hundreds of players or thousands?
Hundreds daily active, but I think low thousands for weekly and monthly.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Yep, very good. Yep, thank you. Yep.
Shit.
And thank you. Yep.
Tara fucking missed it. Held it up again.
And thank you very much. Okay, continue on. I mean, to be fair.
Kat. Yeah, Kit Kat.
The reason why I'm not playing Arena or whatever, one is because you can't get a game. I just cannot get.
That's pretty much it for me. But we haven't marketed outside, so we haven't. We haven't actually. The plan so far has been to re-engage with all the people that have played it historically. That was what the rewards and leaderboards were aimed at, and they've actually done that pretty well for the most part. But there hasn't been any marketing to actually grow the player base yet. No.
And we spoke about it last week. Remind the audience, when is that expected? And also,
Pardon?
Sam, did you get a Kit Kat?
Mm-mm.
No. Okay. Scoriox.
Okay, that's a bit of exaggeration.
That's fucking retarded, is what it is.
No, I love it. Do it.
Scoriox.
I do the French thing, but anyways.
When is it? When is it expected that we're going to market to outside
July.
current?
Late July.
Cool.
This was remember in the start of the year it was April, May.
I know this. I just wanted Scoriox to confirm for the audience.
Well, it's actually like it kills me that I can't talk about it because
You can.
Kieran's trying to line up the Illuvium Beyond Wave 4 partner alongside with Arena in a certain fashion, and there's some more to it, but it's actually a pretty cool marketing plan he's set out. So I'm looking forward to it, but I can't. I'm not going to break that one.
Do you know what? I really? I mean, what's interesting to me is Axi Infinity. I was in their Discord the other day, right? And the reason why I say this is they're coming up with an MMORPG Axi style. They have, I think, like 17 million. Don't quote me on this number. Signups for this game. Insane, right? Whether even if it's just 1 million real people, it doesn't really matter. A lot of people have signed up to play this, and a lot of people will check this out. Even all of us, maybe, or whoever is interested in MMORPG. What I find interesting is that maybe that kickstarts people getting excited about gaming. Then say that it's happening in summer, right? Say June, July-ish, and then if Illuvium comes out at a similar time, you can sort of piggyback off the momentum of Web3 gaming taking off. You don't think?
Axi and Rona's too big on mobile.
No, I know that, but people get excited in general. Like they see Axi numbers and stuff, then people are like, "Oh, Web3 gaming's back." The narrative, then people are like sheep, right? They'll follow the narrative of it, which I think narrative is going to be more so AI stuff. But I just find that interesting that they could piggyback off the Axi Infinity sort of potential run of the narrative of Web3 gaming, people getting excited about it. So I find that interesting anyway.
Yeah, it'll certainly have overflow, but yeah, I don't know.
Because anyone in Web3 who wants to play Illuvium would be playing now, or at least tested it. And whoever doesn't give a shit about an auto battler, they're not coming back.
Yeah, anyone in Web3 who's interested in the auto battler genre, I feel like it's already playing Illuvium.
Yeah, correct.
Exactly and so we can't really market to Web3.
I feel like there is a huge... Again, Sam, you weren't on the last episode. But I feel like we're missing...
I was.
Wait?
Yeah, you're drunk on
that. That was the 2-hour episode, remember?
Yeah, that's right. So I've been drunk on most episodes. No, but I feel like we're missing out. The thing is, like what I mentioned, whether it was last episode or the episode before, but you are on the right because you were calling out the percentages. I remember that 100%. No, we're missing out on a lot of the core players of auto battlers. And I think that as long as we actually address that as we launch this, there's a huge chance we could shift the narrative, bring in the players, so on and so forth. But just releasing it as it is without understanding who our audience actually is, we're missing out on a lot.
I'll tell you right now what's going to happen. Auto Battler is going to come out. They're going to use marketing. Auto Battler will fail. They'll pivot to MMORPG. People might be excited about that. Do they have enough runway? That's my guess.
The part, and this is where I disagree with you. Like, no. Not the part that I disagree with, which is what is going to happen, but I disagree with you on the possibility. Because I know that the possibility of the auto battler is actually fucking huge. It's whether they give it the right chance to do so. That's where I disagree.
Okay, so say you get 400K, right? Illuvium gives you $400,000 to market the arena that comes out June, July, whatever it is. Say July. 400K, you'd spend that on what? TFT players and obviously the China audiences and stuff like that. I just don't think that it'll get traction. I just don't think people give a shit.
See, I and this is where we just disagree. And without the results, we can't come to an agreement on it. I think with rewards, the China audience being as someone that lives in China, understanding what the US dollar in terms of asset value to Chinese value is. If we did it properly, it would explode in China. 1,000%.
Let me blow your mind.
Would you? I'll ask you this, TSG. Let's assume that mobile is going to take a while to develop, and localization is, let's say, a lot faster. Would you localize the PC version as soon as possible and then deal with mobile later? Or would you not bother localizing until mobile starts?
No, I would localize 100%.
But like, how important do you think that is on a scale of 1 to 10? Like a 10?
For me, I would say 8.
Excluding mobile. Like, let's say mobile doesn't exist. Still an 8?
Yeah, for sure. Localizing, 8. Because if you look at what the numbers I pulled up before, but it was like over 50% of TFT players are from Japan, Korea, China. All 3 countries that are hard locked from English. 50% of the player base is hard locked from English.
But how many of them are hard locked from PCs? I guess they have a lot of internet cafes there, don't they?
But again, it's not they play on mobile. But regardless, we need it localized. We need it localized. I disagree with Dennis, who's saying I'm right, but I am right. I am right.
But don't you think the more low-hanging fruit would be the crypto community over trying to get non-native crypto people? You don't think low-hanging fruit is...
No, we've already grabbed that low-hanging fruit. That
No, I tell you why. MMORPG, if you said Illuvium Rebound MMORPG starts 2 weeks from tomorrow, right? Or whatever it may be. Marketing, right? I bet you any money, the Twitter, everyone like the general influencers that some we hate, some we love, and then anyone else on Twitter who has heard of Illuvium and you target those people, they're the easiest low-hanging fruit to bring into your game. They've played it, they've downloaded it, they hated it, they left, right? Because they thought it was going to be something else. But if you focused on the MMORPG, that is a better option than doing this auto battler, in my opinion.
No, Sam. I'm so happy I get to disagree with you, because I always disagree with Scoriox. Let's have this conversation. You, as a fucking health nut, if you go to a restaurant that serves you some bullshit, would you give them another chance if they're like, oh, we changed our menu? Are you willing to give them a second chance?
Food's a difference. Yeah, from a game, look at how many games fuck up. And I'm sorry I swore there, but like literally, look how many Path of Exile, Diablo, they bring out a shit version, then they go back, they disappear for a year. Skyrim, all these things, and then they come back, and then one person from one influencer talks about it, and then all of a sudden everyone's on board again going, best game ever, love this update, they did it all.
Let me ask you a simple... Scoriox, chill out. Me and Sam. Sam, let me ask you one question. Is it easier to reconvert someone that has a negative experience or convert someone that has no experience? What would you say?
It's caveat to that. No experience, but you're going to spend way more money trying to convert someone who doesn't know about your game when you do marketing towards them. When your low-hanging fruit is on Twitter, Web3, they know about Illuvium, they've downloaded it, played, like I said before, and then you remarket it like it's an MMORPG this time. One influencer or 2 influencers, enough in that space, will give it enough forward momentum to then everyone will go, fuck it, I'll try it out. It's the and then when you start putting videos up of capturing the creatures and stuff. Now, the thing that we come into a problem with is the MMORPG, is it ready? How long does that take? To me, the auto battle is taking up too much resources and wasting future runway that it won't bring in enough revenue. And I think the wiser option would have, and it always has been, to do the MMORPG, to focus on that, because that's what everyone already wanted from the low-hanging fruit. That's my opinion.
And where I agree with you on that, but I disagree with you on the blueprint as it stands, is that the auto battler is so developed and the MMO is so underdeveloped. Just get the MMO out to the people that would receive it. Look, we're clearly not going to agree on it. I live in a country where mobile first is a thing. I live in a country where auto battlers are a huge 34% of the auto battler genre is played in the country that I live in. I've got a different perspective than you. I'm not saying either of us is right. I obviously believe that I am right, but I can't confirm that for sure. But I'd rather have this disagreement than say, oh yeah, we all agree on the same thing. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I still stand on my side that we need to localize for the countries, the majority of the players that are auto battlers. Bring in the players, show that we can bring in the players with good development, good IP, and then raise. I think the MMO is a little bit too far out to get us to that stage. That's where I stand. Happy to be proven wrong, but that's where I stand.
Y'all are on a bit of an option A, option B, but option C is what Kieran's going for, and it's more developing the arena, getting players in, getting the reputation built up, and then doing a capital raise to extend the runway, like your fears are suggesting.
He will not be able to raise.
I mean, that sounds like a fucking option A on my side.
That's his current plan. It doesn't matter if you think we are or aren't going to raise. I think he will be able to. I don't know at what cost that will come.
How many tokens are in the
That's more
treasury?
my concern.
How many tokens are in the treasury left?
Enough.
Like I say, 1 million he could sell, and that would be okay.
I'll try to sell less than that, but yeah, $1 million probably manageable.
Okay,
if
so
it,
say,
if
say
extended
worst case scenario, they could sell up to $1 million if they needed a shitload of money, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the price now? $15? Best case scenario right now?
Yep.
They're not going to pay $15 per token, correct? For the raise.
Probably not, no.
Okay, let's go with option 2. What do they get? They normally get like a 50% discount when you buy a token like this? $7.50.
Depends on the plan. You can get down to 30% discount.
Okay, let's go. Just go best case scenario, $10 per token.
Yeah.
Right? I'm just go with me here. $10 per token at 1 million tokens. Best case scenario. What's that? $10 million.
Yeah.
How much runway is that?
Runway's down to 300K. So that's 30 months.
No, it's not. What?
I have the internal discussions. We cut it like a shit ton. We cut 200K from
services. Like 4 people working on Illuvium?
No. Sam, I actually, I agree with you.
Yeah, 300K a month.
I know that they cut it down to when I got let go, about 400 or 500.
I thought it was 6. Yeah.
No, 400 or 500 when I was gone. For it to go down to 3, I don't think that's far off.
Because the remainder was they had to renegotiate a bunch of shit with Amazon and stuff, and so they're going through all that.
Let's give it fucking. Let's go with the narrative.
It might be 350. It might be 350. It's around that ballpark. Like it's actually pretty solid.
Maybe say 4.
And if Kieran needs to cut more, he will.
Hang on, and we're paying the council how much?
Those niggas are getting cut. They're getting cut.
They're going to be living on the street next epoch.
I mean, in general, like, can you drag out Illuvium for several years? Yes, you could drag it out. But I don't know. I'm very skeptical. Very, very skeptical.
I know, everyone's skeptical, but we're just all skeptical in different ways, and that's fine.
Yeah. Anyways.
My concern is that they do arena and then maybe they don't do mobile. And I think that might be dangerous.
So, okay, Jojo,
they need mobile.
High level. I think mobile, localization, arena is priority number 1. What do you think, Sam?
That's their only option. If they're not going to go the MMORPG route, which I understand why and everything else, but that is literally their only option. They have to try it now at this stage.
Okay. Cool. Scoriox, what do you think? Priority
it might be plausible to do localization and then get started on the MMO Lite. The big thing with the MMO Lite is it's mostly a tool for the capital raise as well, where you're trying to show off what this next big thing could be and get people excited from Web3, like Sam was saying. That's still important, regardless of how many players we have. And so that is a big element. And if people are really excited for that, then it might be worth doubling down. But you just kind of gotta navigate the environment. Like if there is a bull run that comes all of a sudden and then we can sell the token at a really good price and get a really good capital raise for whatever reason, then you've got to navigate that as well. Like it's so.
But what's the narrative? If we go on a bull run and price goes crazy, what's the narrative that we're raising capital on? Is it acquiring customers, players? What's the narrative? Again,
showing that we can build things, showing that we can ship things, but having a player base.
I'm starting to disagree with myself because chat is agreeing with me, and I'm starting to second guess myself. But I would
think
say
of it like this: with the VCs, right? Every VC in crypto has been burnt by gaming. A lot of them lost a lot of money over the past couple of years. That's fair to say across the board, right?
And retail.
What's that?
And retail.
Yeah, and I mean retail lost a lot of money also, right? Then say the Illuvium launches in July, August, doesn't really matter around then. And then they want to do a raise, right? They want to sell their tokens at a discount, whatever the number is. What VC are going to buy this token if the daily active users and all this sort of stuff aren't 10,000 plus or like a staggering amount of numbers or bringing in enough revenue? I think revenue will what matter most to them. And remember, if you're targeting TFT players, they're not going to be spending money. You'll have the users. You might get like a big influx with a marketing push, but then see what comes back down, like off the grid, right? But no one's going to really be spending that much money. So why would a VC buy the token? Explain this to me and tell me why they would buy it.
Kieran's really good at raising money, man.
Sam,
you guys stop underestimating it. Just believe.
No, because that's not.
Because believe is a crazy statement. Sam, let me ask you.
How many
let me
fuck
ask
ups
you.
has Illuvium done? Let's be honest, a lot more than a normal studio because they're new, right? Which is fine, but that's why they've wasted so much. They had $60 million. What, like, they've got amazing everything. I could preach about it for ages, but they have.
Yeah,
nothing.
but a VC would rather invest in a top crypto gaming project than one of the small ones.
What Scoriox? Sam, let me ask you a question. On a scale of 1 to 10.
10.
Fucking relax. On a scale of 1 to 10, how important for raising do you think that user or active users are compared to revenue?
Active users would be more important from a VC standpoint.
Okay, so if we're able, and this is the argument that I'm having within myself.
But there's potential. You're betting on potential.
Correct. Which is why I'm saying that if we're going for the TFT route, double down on the fucking users that are actual order battle players that are China, Korea, Japan, localized in these motherfucking countries that double down on fucking mobile, get the users in these fucking regions, and then raise off that. Whether they generate revenue or not right off the bat, raise off that. That's where my mind is at. Do you disagree with that, or?
Yeah, I just don't see a VC handing over cash. Now, you've got, what is it, Framework, who's their main investor, right? I don't know if they still hold tokens or if they do or don't, or they could double down maybe.
I think Framework still has it.
They still hold a large amount. I mean, even they have like a $1 billion balance sheet. I don't even see them doubling down, or I mean, they've already doubled or tripled down, and I think they're not going to put any more capital into it, right? But they might be able to convince some VCs going, hey, give these guys some money. We're already in, don't save our ass, but in other words, like, let's push this runway out. We trust Kieran and the team and everyone else. But I don't know. The only way they're going to raise is through numbers, like daily active users and whatever else. We've had 10,000 before. Remember we hit like 40, 50, not daily active, like it was weekly. And no VC was throwing heaps of capital at us. Anyways, that's my thoughts. Chat, if you're here, like, feel free to jump in and we'll bring it in. But Scoriox can keep going on with the...
Cuss us all out to tell us who you fucking agree with and disagree with. Yeah. Primarily, cuss out Scoriox.
Whoa,
speaking of Scoriox, use code SC.
Scoriox, right down there. Referral Scoriox in the UVEX profile.
Cuss out Scoriox and support him at the same time.
All right, we got this leak for Kama. I don't know if this is an old, I know Kama is old, but I don't know if this leak specifically is an old leak. But this is what they should be fucking doing. Just build set 2 Alluvials, get them out there as soon as you can. If you want revenue, this is how you get revenue. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
That's really cool. Is this a new Alluvial?
Yeah, it's a set 2 Alluvial. He's called Kama. He can take on
the Ditto. This is the Ditto of Illuvium.
They've taken off that little sage thing, the flare guy on his back. That looks super cool. I love the art from Illuvium.
He can take on the synergies of a different Alluvial.
That's really smart.
It's Ditto. It's Ditto of Illuvium.
We need more Alluvials for the arena to feel better, honestly. We're like missing just a few, you know what I mean?
No, that's the least of their worries, but
if they want the arena to be really, really good, we're missing a few lines that need to fill in those gaps to help out the meta, for sure.
I disagree.
I don't. I agree. Okay, so the other thing is Aaron says here that without the parts that make each game unique, it will get that way where some of the arena game is getting a bit monotonous. The new features will change up the game each time. Once the features are in, you'll have a good amount of variety. And then you, as you're testing, will refine the elements of these features, change some omegas, update the pseudo augments, etc. They're ahead of schedule with... Did I blue screen? What the fuck is that? Oh my God. Windows just tried to update. They said we are ahead of schedules on the features. If that helps, it's a lot of work. And Rich said somewhere else in the Discord that he's expecting the patch to drop like pretty much in the next 24 hours sometimes. He's not sure if it's going to come in for the Cooker's Cave thing, which is happening, I think, in 7 hours. That sounds right. I've got a crazy 3 a.m. for me. I've got the Wilder World test. I've got an alpha call. It's crazy. Anyways.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
I will probably go to sleep shortly after this. That's for sure. Aaron said also remember where other things going on such as scouting and better tooltips. They've been grinding. It won't be a whole new game, but we think you'll enjoy it a lot. I'm looking forward to all the new updates. The big thing that annoys me about Arena at the moment is I always forget to buy suits. I don't know if I just really suck at the game, but I always forget to buy suits. When they added this new suit system, I'm very excited for that.
Do you ever think of what the suit system looks like, the new one? I don't, or have they not shown it off yet?
They showed it off in the blog. Basically, it'll be like kind of like the augment phases where you'll get like a selection of a few things. It'll be like you get a selection of a suit, you just pick a suit, and then at the next interval, there's 3 intervals in total. At the next interval, it'll be like you can upgrade it in this way, and then you can like follow down like a tree sort of a thing throughout the match. So way simpler, way easier, way more time to do it, and less of this trying to decide it when you're trying to decide 20 other things at any given time. I think it's a big revamp that's going to help me personally enjoy the game more. But again, I might just really suck at the game.
And does this come in with the main menu as well? The new main menu? Is this coming in this update or no?
The main menu's last, I think. I think we get new end screen. No, wait. No, we might get a new intro screen next. I can't remember. I thought the main menu was one of the last things, but we're getting something like a new UI for the end screen and stuff like that. I think that we are getting. I can't remember. Jeremy says when you mute someone, it will actually lock their drone out of the board in the upcoming update, which is really funny. But for anyone who hasn't played recently, the drone is like kind of funny, but really fucking annoying because it like gets in the way and you can't do shit. It's so infuriating. All right. The next one, we've got some Illuvium Beyond leaks. This might be the best wave of Illuvium Beyond. It's actually some of the best Alvatars in this wave. We've got this, except this one. This one's ugly as shit. Am I wrong?
I mean, fair.
This one's really weird. I just don't like it. Maybe
it
some people like
realistic.
This one looks sick.
Looks
I love this one.
Exactly like Kieran does.
I knew you were going to say that. This one is sick. I can't wait to get one of these. I love the new Tanopy. Which is really funny because this is the first Illuvatar they ever fucking made.
Yeah, right.
Remember when Roger made this one on stream?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. And then we've got a few more. We've got this Quinks or Wink or Gazatep. I'm not even sure. If anyone knows, let me know in the chat. And there was another one, I think.
And when does this go live, the Wave 4?
Sometime in mid-May, maybe end of May.
Gosh, I don't see good numbers for this.
Stuart says he'll also review the 403 errors if anyone's been getting that. I think it's a bug that's been running rampant. He says if there's anything we could sensibly do about it later on the week, he needs to see if there are all rate limits, etc., and that's going to take some time. He also mentions here that there is an automated list of data centers that they are blocked by AWS. If your VPN is hitting it, you are going to get blocked out of the game. He also mentions that they don't do hidden bans. If you're banned, APIs respond with a 423 status code, and the messages in-game clearly tell you that you've been banned. There's no shadow banning in Illuvium if anyone ever has that concern. We'll get onto some of the community content. There's a new week of rewards for Illuvium. We can see Web3 Gaming does some good stuff. You can see he mentions all the different stuff here. Go chuck it a like. Pretty good post here. Very helpful, especially to show off to newcomers and things who don't understand that you can earn Illuvium right now. Good pulls from this basic charge run. Got a 45 Ophisto, which is pretty hyped to see from Els there. We can also see that the Cooker's Cave Gauntlet Showdown. Now, this isn't like a concrete setup for future weeks or anything like that. Rich is trying something out, seeing how it goes and things like that. But basically, step into the cave for a 2-hour Gauntlet Blitz followed by a Final 8 Throwdown. 20,000 in fuel prizes. Friday, 18 UTC. Top 8 by average score qualify for the final match. Final is a best of one. Winner takes the crown. Fast, fierce fuel packs, like a mini tournament. Yeah, it looks fun. It looks fun. If anyone's around at that time, I think it's about, as I said, I think it's 7 hours from now, then definitely worth checking it out. The other thing is Paz dropped a new video where he's got the new Gauntlet Arena team. Basically, it's 5 Bulwark and some Scions and stuff. I've been getting killed by it in the arena. It is absolutely savage. And yeah, go check out that video if you want to master the current meta and get to the top 100 easily until they patch it out, which won't be too long. I think he is shirtless. Yeah, Tarrant. I don't know what that's about. But I don't think the camera pans down or anything. But he's like outside, he's topless, recording a YouTube video.
Yeah, I ain't about to watch that. I apologize.
I don't even know.
I see Sam.
How is he getting Wi-Fi? Okay. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot going on. He could look cool with accessories for the. I think you're talking about the monkey. Yeah, you're not wrong. I think that's fair.
Should we talk about Immutable talking about migrating the old chain to the new chain? Isn't that affecting Illuvium now? Isn't that,
what about?
solved?
We should mention that. Yeah.
What about Immutable? Oh, yeah, we'll discuss that. But Immutable with Ubisoft and shit. But yeah, carry on with that conversation.
No, I'm talking. Did you know Immutable? Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, Scoriox. You might know better than me, but I believe that they're combining the chains or something, and now Illuviums have solved all their problems. They've solved all Illuvium's problems.
I don't know if combining the chains is the right point of the right turn of phrase. They're killing legacy IMX. Yeah.
So then does Illuvium automatically get put onto that chain, or is there work to be done there?
That's what their tweet says. I spoke with Kieran about it directly after that. There is still work for it, but Immutable is not going to leave us in the dust. We are planning on migrating, hopefully, sometime in the end of this year. Kieran's focused on the arena right now. But IMX isn't going to kill IMX legacy while Illuvium's on it. They're going to make sure we get over first. Yes.
Yeah, but like, when does that happen? When do we have to get over by? Is there a certain day, or there's no date set?
I don't think they had a set date. I think just like in 2026, I don't think legacy's going to exist.
Okay, fair enough. Next year. So I mean, they're probably going. We're still. I guess they're still going with Immutable X, which is fine. It's they're a great chain. I was just curious to where they're heading.
Oh no! Well, Kieran's not 100% sorted on ZK EVM.
What's he been talking about? Like, is there other chains he's been thinking of?
It's nothing right like that. Just he hasn't made a decision yet. I'm asking for ZK EVM. I think it actually is the right choice. I don't want us to go somewhere else, to be honest.
Multi-chain.
At one stage, I was like, maybe Ronin. Multi-chain's always the best option. But at one stage, I was like, maybe Ronin. But at the moment, ZK EVM's doing some crazy good stuff, and I would actually like to see us on ZK.
Can you suggest to him something called CoinWeb? Thank you. Because this will put, if he goes on CoinWeb, they will be multi-chain and be on every chain at the same time.
Including ZK EVM?
Everything.
Sure.
It's the future. I'm just letting you know. Anyways.
Council member. I don't know what he's talking about. Research this.
What else you got for us? Anything else?
No, the Ubisoft thing. Lead us off with that.
When's the next election?
Nominations, I think, start next week.
Wait. Hang on. How much are they getting paid? How much are they getting paid now?
I heard Sam is putting his name up for election.
I'll take all 4 spots. I'll do it myself. I'll also be taking all the payments. How much do I get from that? And I'll no, better not.
It's been reduced. It's been reduced 3x.
Okay, is that been confirmed? Isn't it through Discord or whatever? I did like that.
The proposal's been confirmed. Let's go over it now. Hold on. Let me go governance.
Okay.
Let me bring it up because you're still gonna hate it, and I love it. I can't wait.
I've been screaming about this for over a year. It's a waste of money.
We all have.
I was pushing for it in the council too. Don't worry.
You didn't do a good enough job. It took you.
I didn't do a good enough job. I did a terrible job.
Jeez, if I was head of something, I'd make shit happen. I tell you what, I would scream and yell and kick and fuss until I got my way.
Yeah, you'd be a great council member. Why don't you run for council?
No, absolutely not.
No, not only one vote. Oh, only negative. You mean 9 people approved it. Who didn't approve it, by the way, Quants? Do we know? I haven't actually tried and looked into that.
What, for the council? I think someone negatively voted.
Yes,
Did they really?
I think Scrub was the only one.
Why?
No, I don't think. Oh, yeah, no, he did reject it. Yeah,
why did he reject it?
He wanted to split it into 2 different proposals.
To make it more complicated, more work to do.
No, it was more complicated in its current form. He just didn't like part of it.
If I could sum Illuvium up, it would be simplify everything.
He had no issue. I think simplifying is splitting things up into as many proposals as they need, but each proposal is like one single topic. It's like how in like government they batch together like 500 topics into the one big document, and now people got to vote on that. That's so stupid.
Yes, correct.
That's the problem I have with it. It's the same sort of thing, just a smaller scale. Okay, so let me bring it up here. To align with Illuvium brand's broader cost efficiency initiatives, demonstrate unified commitment across DAO leadership, it's proposed that council salaries be adjusted as follows. IMC member salary from $3,750 to $1,250 per month in ILV. ICC from $1,500 to $500. ICC head from $2,250 to $750 per month in ILV. What's interesting here is each council member shall receive an additional variable compensation of 0.05% of the DAO's treasury monthly revenue, capped at the original salary level, so $3,750 for IMC. For example, if the monthly revenue is $1 million and the DAO treasury would receive approximately $400K, resulting in an additional $200 for each council member.
No. Has this been approved?
Yes.
No. Why are you complicating it?
That's what I'm saying. That's literally what Scrubs want to separate this stuff.
It's not worth the time, the effort, the anything to complicate it for them to make an extra $200 in best case scenario, or even $50. It is a waste of time. It's a waste of resources. Just pay them less than what they've even got here and move on.
Anyways, that's the proposal.
How do I vote on this? I can't.
Well, you vote in the next set of council members, and so you try and find someone who would have rejected it. I don't know.
They've just complicated such a simple thing to kill me.
You can make a new proposal and say remove that.
How are you guys not outraged by this?
I don't like adding the complexity to the people doing the payouts for sure. I hate it.
Keep it effing simple. Everyone paid $500 across the board.
ISS.
I think
simple.
This is a fine addition for a new proposal 12 months from now.
We ain't got 12 months from now. Just get this shit sorted now.
No, I'm just saying the part with the variable compensation. I think.
Who? Tell us.
Who came up with the variable? Who came up with that?
Who
the
came up with that
whatever.
bullshit?
Who did that?
I'm not going to call. I'm not going to call people out. It wasn't me. No.
Who? What? Scrubs? Who? I don't know.
Did you agree?
I don't know who else is in it.
Did you agree?
Huh?
Did you agree with the variable situation?
I wanted this vote to go through.
I don't give a shit. Did you agree with the variable situation?
I said it's fine. It's a little amount of money, and it's not that much work.
See, that's the attitude that gets us screwed. That much work. They're the
Fuck
worst
you.
words I've ever heard
Fuck
in
you.
my life.
Okay.
Fuck you, Sam.
Okay. If I rejected it, we get no council pay reduction at all.
Well, fuck all of you.
Yeah, Sam, that's what I thought. I've been trying to get a council pay reduction for ages. Jaggerknight made it happen, and I'm glad. Jaggerknight wasn't the one that put the remuneration, the pay thing in there.
You don't need the cash. Next fucking epoch, let's both put our names in. Let's get elected.
Mate, no one's going to vote for me because I'm just going to tell everyone to get fucked.
I think people will vote for you.
Oh,
I'm getting more confident the more Quantas in the fucking chat, bro.
You know what? If I could get voted at the top leadership level of Illuvium, so it'll be Kieran, Aaron, and myself can make suggestions and ideas for Illuvium, then I'll run. If I can be at that level.
Bro, you hurt me. You don't want me on that level?
At what level?
Fuck you, bro.
Give me the top, like the top level of Illuvium, and so I can have marching orders, and I can make decisions, and I can get shit done.
Don't you mean Labs would hire you?
Yeah, I don't even pay me $1 a week. Hire me at the top level, and I can start making decisions, and then they can go through quicker. And I would get shit done to make this game effing good.
Yeah, what I will say is I'm very interested to see what the next council looks like, because a lot of the people I know that are just leaving, and I'm very interested to see what.
I'm looking forward to a big change up in who's going to be on the council. I'm really excited.
Yeah, fair enough.
We'll see.
All right, so do you want to talk about the Ubisoft thing quickly?
It's smoke in the pan, isn't it? Yeah, it's just a nothing burger, to be honest, isn't it? Or no? I saw the IMX token pump like 10-20% or whatever from it, but is it even that big a deal?
Well, people have differing opinions on that.
Yes,
what are your thoughts?
Yes and no. I agree with you. It's yes and no. Yes, it's good to see that traditional gaming is interested in it. No, it's not going to make a big fucking deal. So it's a yes and no. It is a bit of a nothing burger, but there is yes and no to it. So I do agree. It's nice to see. I haven't had, bro. I've been drinking Macallan, bro. If you want to cuss me out right. It's Macallan. But yes, I have had too much. I 100% agree with that. But
Crypto quick chat, just quickly. Crypto quick chat. The council has not slowed down anything this epoch. Kieran actually said it's been the less obstructive council that has ever existed. We've gotten to a pretty good point. That's all I'm going to say. We have not slowed down. Okay. No, we haven't slowed down labs at all. I promise you that. Not this epoch, at least. The one with all the councils, like marketing and shit, that was fucked. That fucked everything.
So Sam, we'll go through in the order that it is. Sam, me, Scoriox. Sam, 0 to 10, nothing burger. How much of a nothing burger is this?
What's the 10 is like nothing burger or 1's nothing burger?
Yeah. 10 is nothing burger.
Let's quickly break it down. 2 years ago, they announced a AAA partnership with Ubisoft. Today, we're thrilled to finally reveal the outcome. Might and Magic Fates launching this year. A Might and Magic card game backed by Ubisoft on Immutable X. Okay, go, Sam.
I think I saw
Robbie. Nothing burger.
So a little bit more, but I think Robbie said something. And I don't quote me on this number. Is it 40 million people played this game that will then become on chain with Immutable Passport, which would literally times. They're currently sitting around 5 million Passport users. So if that happens and the 40 million say 1% come over, another 4 million people sign up over the period of a couple of months or something and increase their Passport users to say 9-10 million, then I would say it's probably beneficial. But to me, if I've learned anything in life, one is everyone just wants to make their own money and they care about their business. Like Ubisoft just cares about them, which makes sense. And I totally understand that. So I'll sit in the middle of 5. If it brings Passport and users over, amazing. But in general terms, like of this, big announcement, I just don't see it as doing much, to be honest with you. It's just another game. Hopefully it be successful and Immutable for their sake and increases their numbers. And then they play other games within the ecosystem, which then hopefully flows over to Illuvium.
I'll make it very, very short. I think you're very optimistic with giving it a 5. I'd give it a 3. Look, it's nice, it's good, but the thing is, we need a product. Announcements don't mean shit. We need a product that actually serves the consumer. This is an announcement. Until we see that actually play out, that's all it is in my personal eyes. So yeah, cool, it's nice, but Ubisoft isn't like it's not a. I don't know. We're not going to discuss it in this conversation, but I know Pokemon is this. There's rumors about Sui, but it's not like a Pokemon that hasn't actually come into the Web3 space. Ubisoft has been in before, and now they're just announcing another kind of old IP. Does it play out? Does it not?
Money.
I don't know. 3 out of 10 for me. 3 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, so I've come around to a little bit. I'm like a 6 out of 10. Here's what I'll say. Firstly, Might and Magic is an ancient IP. I had never heard about it before.
Ancient is wild, but okay.
It's 40 years old. That's as old as video games are.
That's as old as Sam is. Relax, he's not ancient.
When did Pac-Man come out? In the 80s? It's the same age as Pac-Man, okay? It's an ancient IP. Sorry. Okay. It's an old IP. Yeah, Ubisoft has been in Web3 already. They made Champions Tactics, didn't do shit. But that wasn't a big IP. So I'm willing to give the benefit of the doubt, okay? My first and major concern is I don't think TCGs are a genre anymore. I don't think people actually care about classic TCGs. I think there's this new genre kind of forming with modern TCGs, which would almost what I would consider TFT to be to a certain extent, is a more modern take on the TCG and strategy multiplayer genre. I don't think classic TCGs, people really play them anymore. Otherwise, Hearthstone would maybe still be popular. I mean, it's still a fine game. That being said, this is Ubisoft. You know, the game's going to be high quality compared to all the other TCGs that are in Web3, which all suck shit. They're all really, really bad. So Ubisoft might actually make the first good Web3 TCG. And TCGs are a great use case for Web3 technology in general. So if anyone is going to make a good crypto game that's a TCG, it's going to be Ubisoft. And so that's pretty exciting in itself. but I don't think TCGs as a genre are popular in the broader gaming industry.
Sam, do you agree with that take about TCGs?
Yeah, I think TCGs are shit now. Not shit. That's not the right words, to be honest with you. It's just like in the crypto space right now, there's been 100,000 of them. It's been and done. Give us something fresh and new, something exciting with ownership and MMORPG style or something like that with good graphics.
Interesting. I disagree with both of you guys. I personally think TCGs are shit, but I think for the majority of Web 2 players that haven't experienced Web 3 yet, I think there's a huge market we could tap into that hasn't been exposed to ownership before. So I think you guys are underselling it. That's where I stand on it. And we'll find out.
Now, here's my other concern is from everything I've heard, people remember Might and Magic from some of its original titles that were like a 4X strategy game. Why spin it off into a TCG? If people liked it for that, how are you going to convert the people that like the IP into a completely different genre? Doesn't make any sense to me. I just don't get it. I feel like Ubisoft and Might and Magic is cool and all. I just don't think TCG was the right play.
Kieran did ask what happened with Cloud and Castle.
Yeah, whatever happened to that? They had really cool artwork and team and stuff, right? They haven't really tweeted much.
I actually think that the team was from Might and Magic. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I might be mistaken. Happy to be corrected. But I believe
they might have pivoted back over to this game at some point. Their last tweet was in January.
I don't know, but Cloud and Castle was I believe, if I remember correctly, my memory is pretty solid, somewhat connected to Might and Magic in some way, whether it was ex-developers or ex-founders or somewhat. There was a link between them. So I wonder what that was about.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, so Barra posted some numbers here. I think I want to talk on that a little bit. Firstly, he says Magic the Gathering 35 million, Yu-Gi-Oh 25 to 30 million, Pokemon TCG 20 to 25 million, and Hearthstone 20 million. All a great example. How many of those people want a new TCG and are going to leave something like Pokemon to play a new TCG? That doesn't cross my mind for a second. People who love Magic the Gathering have invested their entire life into Magic the Gathering. They're not playing a new TCG.
I disagree.
I'm just not convinced.
We could have a whole episode about this, but I disagree with you. If there's enough incentive, 100%.
Yeah, but if it's a good game, I think that's going to be the big deciding factor. Like you said, this is just an announcement. We're going to see how the game plays, because if it's got some modern elements, I can see it doing really great things. If it feels too Hearthstone, like Parallel does, then
Nick, I don't know if you've seen. A lot of the top Hearthstone players are ex-Parallel players. Oh, no, sorry. A lot of the new Hearthstone Parallel players are ex-Hearthstone players. Yes, I've been drinking, Sam. Fucking relax.
I know, but Parallel doesn't have as many players as it should be from what they say.
But the incentive, and I know the top Hearthstone players, they're all come over.
That's true. You can definitely convert Hearthstone. I think it's a lot harder for something like Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh, but the incentives for sure.
I think you're being idealistic. I don't think it's that hard to convert them. As someone that was my job, like specifically, I don't think it's that hard.
I still think the game needs to be really good.
That's no. The game needs to be really good to make it sticky. To convert them is easy. To retain them is a different story.
The dramatic irony of it all is this might become one of Immutable X's top games by a top brand, and so it might become almost like another flagship outside of Illuvium for Immutable X. And their current flagship is Gods Unchained, and I think that's really funny.
How many players do they have on Gods Unchained?
I think it's pretty decent. I don't know how many though.
I played that for a little bit on my phone, right? It's not too bad.
It's a good game. It's the best. It's the best TCG. Yeah, it's the best TCG in Web3.
Gods Unchained isn't a TCG, is it?
You're thinking Guild of Guardians.
I was even thinking of Guild of Guardians. So hang on. I apologize. That's my fault too.
Gods Unchained is the first game Immutable X created. It's by the Immutable X team.
You were on sync.
Yeah. I fucked up. Yeah, that's
Gods Unchained is the first Immutable X game. It's by the Immutable X team, and it's what they use to test the chain.
That's right. I remember this actually. Yeah, you're right.
And it went to mobile about a year ago, I think.
Yeah.
And it's actually quite good. It's actually pretty solid.
And they got a solid player base, and there's revenue and everything else, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. It's pretty good. They have one of the most sustainable revenue models. It's not revenue models, sorry, earning models. People really quite enjoy it. It's done well for a very, very long time. It's probably one of the top Web3 games that no one really ever talks about. But I think it's funny how Might and Magic, if good, is probably going to kind of like cannibalize that Gods Unchained base a bit.
Interesting. Gods Unchained has about 3,500 daily active players.
Yeah, that doesn't shock me.
Yeah. I mean, all the games you see with, like, say, it says like 50,000 players, 100,000 players plus, whether it's on mobile or not. I feel like normally it's just a hype cycle of people coming in because they're like, I can make money off this game, and then they quickly leave anyway. And then the devs try and sell their token and stuff to give themselves runway or make a bunch of money anyway. Because at the end of the day, if you think about it, right, even with Illuvium and every game in Web3, the idea is you want players to give you guys enough money to make the game to then fund the runway for you to have enjoyment for the money you've spent. And you need 51% players to lose money for the 49% to gain money or the runway itself. So, yeah, I mean, that's why I'm liking like this risk to earn stuff that's coming out recently. And I think that's pretty exciting just for a little gimmick fun thing. It'll probably die off into the backlog like play to earn. But I think at the end of the day, all of Web3, take the bullshit away. Players just want ownership and then a marketplace to sell their ownership on. That's the core bottom line. If you can give that to them with a good game, like a Fortnite or something that's already been, thank you very much, that's already been done, then yeah.
Yeah, we haven't really had that yet, besides maybe Off the Grid, which is supposedly pulling in millions and millions of revenue. So clearly,
is that true
right.
though? Yes, I don't serve my dessert.
I can't imagine that's true, but I did like leave my.
Didn't I see drama about that?
I did actually buy an OTG subscription and forgot about it for 6 months. So it might be true. I bet a lot of people would have bought that subscription for the first month.
What can you buy? Like CS skin, like CSGO skin?
It's just a battle pass. It's a battle pass.
How much is a battle pass per month? $10? It
was like 15 USD, I think.
Oh, and people are playing it and playing.
You got that kind of money, Scoriox?
Yeah, I'm rich, boy. I'm rich. Yeah. Tons of people bought it. For sure, because you can actually see who bought it in game, and every time you go into the game, both your teammates are always got the subscription.
So let me get this right: it's free to play, subscription's optional.
Yeah,
and it's $15 US, and they're making millions of dollars, and they're super successful.
That's what they say.
What's the incentive to hold this battle pass? What's the incentive to hold the battle pass? What do you get out of it?
You get all the cosmetics.
Oh, so just pure cosmetics.
Yeah, you can sell them on the market, I guess, but yeah.
Off the Grid did it right. Something's telling me that's not all full true, but
yeah, they pretty much nailed it. That's what I'm hoping Illuvium does with subscription, arena, etc.
Fair.
Fucking hold up on the applause until we see the accurate numbers.
Fair.
Yeah, I think millions is hard to say, but I could see 100K a month easy for sure.
In what, Illuvium?
No, OTG currently.
Oh, okay.
I will say this. I don't fuck with this guy at all. But you guys know the YouTuber Juan? I don't know what his name is.
Well,
this nigga looked at, he did a review. He does reviews of crypto games.
Oh, yeah. I remember this guy.
Off the Grid. It was the only game that he said, hey, it's actually a decent game. So.
There you go.
I don't know. I'm not going to add more context to that.
Have you played it?
I haven't.
Isn't it like Fortnite? It's like 100 battle royale person.
It's a battle royale, yes.
I'm not an FPS shooter type of player.
I played it when it first dropped, and I've been playing it a bunch recently. It's a good game. It's improved a lot. Their optimization has improved so much. Like, that was the big problem they had. No, it's a good game. The only problem with it at the moment is like it's sweaty as fuck. And so,
but there's no waiting in queues and stuff. Like, you don't have to wait long.
Nah, it's pretty good. But apparently they've started adding bots to it, and they've got forced crossplay, which I hate. So they're just kind of fudging it a bit now. Yeah.
Yeah, fair. That makes sense.
But I'm in Australia. I have trouble finding an Apex Legends queue, to be honest.
You still play that game?
Well, I don't anymore. I can't find a queue.
Good. Terrible game. Play RuneScape.
Apex is great. What are you on about? The one that
No.
broke my heart was one of my favorite games was Battlefront 2, and you can't find a queue in Australia. That's really sad.
I don't even know what that is.
It's the Star Wars one.
Okay, anything else? We like you said we struggle to get 15 minutes, mate. We have topped it at an hour and 10. You're so welcome.
All right. We better get going. Is there anything else you guys want to mention before we wrap this one up?
No, I think we did pretty
I'm
well.
good, man.
Is there anything exciting happening in Illuvium for next week before we talk again, or no?
Well, the big update for the arena should come out very, very soon.
Like tonight or tomorrow?
What are we planning to get the developers on?
I'm hoping in 3 hours from now, 3 or 4 hours from now, if we're lucky, but probably more like 12.
Okay.
When are we planning to get the developers on, Scoriox?
May.
May. Maybe not next week, but I can try for the week after.
Cool. And I mean, it's your fucking channel. You tell us. You want both of us on, like me, Sam, and you on? What do you want?
What do you think would work best? I think we just do everyone and just have fun.
Yeah, I think so. I
Let's
fucking
see.
think so.
Let's
We wouldn't have that many questions because we'd rant on about each single question for like 30 minutes.
Fuck it, keep them on for 2 hours. Lord of the Rings movie. Let's fucking do it.
I'll have to ask. All right. Have a good one, guys. And with that, the download is complete.